let's go to Brian Santana live
102.
on the scene with a Channel 4 News exclusive. Brian?
Order 2B for the month. Hold on. Give me the veal for one. Corned beef, non-slave, ravioli, order 2B.
I'm proud of myself.
He's a superstar in the world of haute cuisine.
Just being sous chef at early age, it's a big thing for me.
Thanks to a program that's been spreading across the country.
Come on, you coming in?
I wanted to drop out. I didn't want to be in that school.
Bam, 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 bam!
Thanks to the rise of the celebrity chef.
Give me the slice, one thin slice.
I would say my high school teacher, Terry Metzes. Because if it wasn't for him, there's no way I was going to get into the cooking business.
I want to get an idea. Who's going to go into the industry? Whoa.
The culinary arts program is probably one of the most fascinating, wonderful, exciting programs that we have in this building.
You making money?
The culinary arts is definitely a ticket out for many of these youngsters.
Tonight, recipe for success, making school relevant.
From ABC News. This is Nightline. Reporting from Washington, George Stephanopoulos.
You've all heard the story about Willie Sutton. He's being hauled into jail and a reporter yells out, "Hey Willie, why did you rob all those banks?" Well, you know the rest. It turns out Willie Sutton never actually said because that's where the money is. But the lesson has stuck. And when President Bush rolled out his second-term education agenda last week in Jacksonville, he applied a variation of Sutton's motto.
It used to be that they'd say to states, just go educate people. And so all that mattered was the number of people educated. Now we're saying, educate people for jobs which exist, so that you're actually helping people.
The president says the system needs to be more oriented to the needs of today's students, to prepare them for where the jobs are. And tonight we want to introduce you to a program that President Bush may want to use as a model as he sells his agenda to Congress and the country this year. Because it trains students for jobs in America's biggest business, restaurants. Now this program does aim high. It's the brainchild of a man who came from the famed French cooking school, the Cordon Bleu. It's taken kids from some of the toughest high schools in America and placed them in some of the top kitchens in America. It's called the Careers Through Culinary Arts Program, and it began in America's restaurant capital. New York City. A chef that can make it here, like they say, can make it anywhere.
6 Amar, 5 medium, 2 mid-well.
The world's top chefs come to duke it out in the kingdom of food. Not exactly the kind of place for a novice, especially those from the most humble backgrounds. But kingdoms sometimes have their fairy tales.
My name is Chris Bortley, and I'm 17 years old. I go to school at Long Island City High School. I live with my mother, my older sister, and myself.
Food is his dream, that one day he become a famous chef. Maybe he open his own restaurant.
I like cooking because the fact that when I cook for my family, I cook for friends, and they enjoy it. I like to see they smile and happiness when I cook for them. So that gives me the urge to keep going.
Good morning. Scan your ID. Put your ID on, please.
What's the rule of one? What's the rule about that? Where's it going? My name is William Bissell. I'm the principal of Long Island City High School in Queens in New York City. Most of the students here come from an economically disadvantaged background. Probably 70% of the kids in the building live below the federal poverty level. Probably 60% of them did not speak English as their first language.
He's a very hardworking young man. He has overcome a lot of obstacles.
Basically flat, right?
My name is Phyllis Silverman. I'm a special ed teacher here. He's below grade level, both verbally and mathematically and academically. He has problems in assessing what he needs to do, but he's hands-on.
Nicole, CCAP in the back, in the back, in the back. You got a CCAP coach back there. Well, he's salt of the earth. He's really, he comes with no airs. You need something to be done, you ask him to do it. He's more than happy to do it. Good. Okay, so let's get started. My name is Aristotle Matsis. Most people know me as Terry Matsis. And I'm a culinary instructor at Long Island City High School. Okay, twirl it in. Okay? He gets a tremendous kick out of learning these little techniques or recipes. He gets that sparkle. That sparkle is, you know, tremendous for me. It really is one of the reasons why I sought him out. Okay? So now you can drop it and it's not going to come apart. Good man.
Before, it used to be just a simple thing. I just go to school just to pass my classes. After the fact that I got in the cooking program, it gave me opportunities to become a better cook, and to become, in a way, a better person.
Let's get the cake circles.
The Culinary Arts program is probably one of the most fascinating, wonderful, exciting programs that we have in this building. It's become tremendously popular. We have approximately 80 seats every year, and we have 1,500 applicants.
You put your heart into it. You put your effort into it. And that's what you as students need to do for you to succeed.
It all began with Richard Grousman, a former representative of the French culinary school, the Cordon Bleu. He came up with the idea while teaching French cooking in the United States.
So I began to see that the palette of America was rather narrow. And immediately the answer was, I have to get into schools.
The idea was simple and grand. Convert those old home ec classes into modern French culinary courses.
He instituted a French cooking curriculum to our programs, and we all fought him like crazy. He said, our kids can't do it, and it's too difficult.
I think once you're able to empower someone to do something that seems difficult, that gives them a lot of confidence.
You got a rich, rich chocolatey cake there, so maybe you want a little vanilla flavor in there?
You take flour, butter, sugar, milk, eggs, and you create beautiful cakes. That's magic to kids.
We make every recipe from scratch. We make Danish dough, croissant dough, everything from scratch. The thing is with these recipes, when the end result comes out, it motivates them to stick it out.
It's just hard. It takes a lot of time and practice to be able to master this, or master anything that he's teaching. So it's just patience and time.
You know, he's blossoming. This is all I can say. He's blossoming.
And it's gonna stay that color?
It's halfway done. It's still, you can see as it's still pink inside in the middle of the meat.
The culinary program has enabled him to gain some self-esteem and get some really positive feelings about himself and his achievement.
Melting, so we gotta unmold these rings without the ganache oozing away.
It was while I watched them cook.
Way to go, Veronica, way to go.
The thoughts of developing the program as a school-to-work program came to me, because you could see that many of them were very excited about what they were doing.
This is very simple, very elegant, right on the money. Okay.
When you asked them what they were going to do after graduating, they didn't know. They certainly weren't prepared for college, nor for a job. And I asked them, did you ever think of doing this for a living, cooking? And I said, yes. Can I?
The answer can be found in the story of Amar Santana.
Watch your back. Coming out. Watch your back.
He was a struggling kid in Long Island City High School, now one of the youngest stars in New York's culinary galaxy. When we come back. He was a 13-year-old who spoke no English when he and his family emigrated to New York from the Dominican Republic. No one imagined he would end up where he is today.
Good evening. Hello, how are you?
My name is Amar Santana. I'm the sous chef for an Oreo restaurant in New York City.
Watch your back. Hot, hot, come now. Watch your back. Hot, come now.
Oh, it's a lot of pressure. You have to have a passion for it. But that's like one of the things I like. I mean, I have to get stuff done fast and get it right because I don't want to do it again.
Basically, he is the second in command. Whenever I'm not around or maybe I'm in the dining room with a guest, he makes the calls, has the same power, the same authority to make the decisions, you know, whatever it may be.
Watch your back. Coming out. Watch your back.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I gotta run up and down the stairs.
Where's, huh?
I gotta make sure everybody's ready to go. I gotta help with whoever's busy. I gotta make sure the food goes out. Everybody, you know, do everything right. Something is missing, if something's wrong, I have to come and fix it.
It surprises me in a lot of ways. With Amar, for instance, if I went to work at Ariel, I mean, he would be my boss. This is a kid that knows the kitchen better than I would ever know. Let's go.
I would say my high school teacher, Terry Matzes. Because if it wasn't for him, there's no way I was going to get into the cooking business.
Yes. Good, you? Are you excited? Yeah. You scared, huh? You're gonna burn all the food tonight, I think.
He kept telling me that it's a hard business and it's a lot of work. But I took his words and I started working in a restaurant and I actually loved it.
You making money? You're saving money, that's it. You better be saving it.
Come on, you coming in?
I was afraid of going in because I was just a freshman right from junior high school and I felt like out of place. I didn't speak any English.
Amar was, he was just a regular student. He didn't stick out in my mind.
All my classes were like difficult. I wanted to drop out. I didn't want to be in that school.
He liked coming in as late as he could, and I would talk to him about coming in and yell at him about coming in on time, that he had to come in on time.
I used to sit right there on that chair.
Celia, you paying attention, dear? Everybody's paying attention?
I was like, what am I doing here? I don't really want to do this. This is not for me.
And let's see yours.
Through the years, Matzes kept telling me, you should be in this business. But cooking in the Dominican Republic wasn't for men. Usually women used to do the cooking, so every time we used to see a man, we thought he was kind of, I don't know, how can I put that?
We brought him into Manhattan, and he started working with a lot of young chefs, and it pretty much was the main thing that got him going. And he came back as a senior, and he was possessed. He was just absolutely looking to be the best. He wanted to be better than me.
I mean, at that point, I was more into cooking, but still, I didn't think I was going to go to cooking school because I couldn't afford it because I didn't have any money.
Well, he's up on the wall. Yeah, Wall of Fame here. Where is he? Right over here. Class of 2000.
The Careers Through Culinary Arts program helped Amar get a scholarship to CIA, the Culinary Institute of America, one of this country's premier cooking schools.
He's not, you know, a kid that grew up playing the violin and being an A student all his life. He was a tough kid. His tough friends saw him get serious, but he could have went either way, and he went the right way, I think, right?
After I got into CIA, that's when I knew that I wanted to do this, and nothing was going to stop me from doing it.
The first time I met Amar, and I just saw a young kid with a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, someone who was really eager to learn, and he never said no to anything. Whatever you told him to do, it was yes sir, right away, and he would just attack. And that was my first impression. I said, wow, you know, when this kid's done with school, I gotta make sure he comes back and he could be a vital part of this team.
When I started working here at Oriole, I was only 20 years old. Started working on the salad station. So Andres, what's up, dude? Then I moved myself up working hot appetizers.
How are you?
Fish station, AM and PM. I worked saute. Then I went to the final station, which is grill and saucier.
Hold on. Give me the veal for one. It was a pretty easy decision. Once it was time to decide, okay, I need a sous chef now. Who's going to be the one? He carried himself a lot older than what he really is. And I mean, for me, I just based the decision on his talents and what I needed, and that was it.
I love waking up in the morning and come to work and be in the kitchen. Doesn't matter, it's 14, 16 hours a day. I'm proud of myself. because being sous chef at a restaurant like Oriole at early age is a big thing.